the #1 community station, Fever FM.
This artist is not only this century's element of surprise, he's the element of music, but most of all, he's the element of originality. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I now bring to you live on the airwaves of 107.3, the world famous, sensational Mr. Roach Killa. Salam Roach, how we doing?
Yes, brother. Salam, how you doing?
I'm not bad, how are you?
I'm alright, man. I'm driving right now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not driving, but I'm in the car.
I was going to say, I hope you packed up and stuff. Alright, first of all, man, I just want to say that it's a pleasure having such a talent blessing us here on Fever FM. So thank you very much for taking time, man.
No, respect for having us, man.
No problem. How's the hand? How's the hand?
The hand, for the people that don't know the story, the hand is, actually, they still don't know if it's broken. I got a cast on it, but, you know, inshallah, hopefully, I'll be off soon. But it doesn't stop me from holding the mic, so
that's
it's all
it.
good,
Yeah,
man.
I see you've still been doing your thing, you know. So
yeah.
Good. I heard you just, well, from what I know, you've been down London O2 Arena, is that right?
Yeah, I've just been, actually, I'm in London right now. I'm actually going to the O2 Arena to watch a basketball game. They're having, actually, Toronto Raptors playing New Jersey Nets, so I'm actually just getting in the parking lot now.
Excellent. So, well, I won't keep you that long.
No problem, brother. I'm here for you.
Okay, thank you. Right, let's just start off. First of all, I mean, for the people out there who've not really woken up or just basically been vanished off the face of the earth, can you give them a little intro about yourself?
Basically, the name is Roach Killa. I come from Toronto, Canada. I was born and raised in Libya, and as the people watching the news right now, there's stuff going on in Libya. So my prayers go out to everybody out there.
Definitely.
I grew up in Toronto, Canada. My thing is I grew up listening to Apache Indian, Shabarang, Supercat, all the reggae artists.
Yeah.
And basically, I love the reggae music. That's what I've been doing, and I've been coming over to the UK for the last few years, just in collabos. Artists like Miss Pooja, H. Dami, etc. And just keep the music going. Drop my song as well, Yada Bildara, for all the people that know that song. You know what I mean? So just like making music from the heart, the real music, and you just want to make sure that the real talent comes across.
Definitely. What made you choose the name Roach Killa, and how did you come about it?
I've been doing music for a small age, and they used to call me Roach as a kid, and then Killa obviously because how we get on the mic. So I just thought, as a marketing perspective, I'll put it together. Once you hear the name Roach Killa, I mean, you can't forget it, whether you like it or not.
It's going to stick with you forever, definitely.
That's what it is.
Nice. So, how old were you when you started singing, and what influenced you to get into the music, especially the reggae scene?
I mean, I'm sure like everybody, Michael Jackson was a big influence to everybody in the world. There was just a whole different type of new style of music, generation of music, and then obviously Apache Indian being Asian and doing reggae music, just showed that music has no boundaries. Doesn't matter what your color, your skin is, what you love, and if you can put your heart and soul into it, then nothing is non-achievable. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Okay. Did you come across any struggles or hardships getting into the industry?
Yeah, man, you know what it is? It's about the dedication of how bad you want it. So it's it doesn't make a difference. If you want it bad enough, you'll, jump through the hurdles, and eventually there's a light at the end of the tunnel,
Definitely, okay. Your style, you've got a unique style altogether. I mean, you've got the skill where you can blend hip-hop and dancehall into your music. How did you develop this style?
The thing is, Toronto, where I grew up, it was the street slang is very Jamaican. It's very influenced by the Caribbean people. So it was just a natural thing. Because when I came from Libya, I wasn't really, I was more speaking Arabic and Urdu, Punjabi. And then I got there, so the English that I was learning was from the area, which was more influenced with the Jamaican stuff. So it was just a natural thing. It wasn't something I was trying to do. It was something that was just coming to me. So I just whatever I do is just natural to me. It's not like we're trying to be something, you know what I mean? It's just what we love and want to represent it to the fullest in the right way.
Definitely, okay. I mean, coming from that background, what influenced you or made you come into the Desi scene?
Well, I mean, it's not about the daisy scene. I mean, it's just about music and has no boundaries. So you obviously have to represent where you come from and what your roots are, and you have to, blend that. You can't forget what you are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not fair if I'm to just do mainstream and not represent my people. So that's what we do. We're the people's champs. So what we do is we do mainstream music. We do our type of music. But the main objective is to take our music to the mainstream.
Mm-hmm. For sure, okay. The album you've got out there, it was released in September 2009. It's called Revolution.
Yes.
What made you choose that name? I mean, what inspired you to make the album?
Well, music, it was a musical journey for me to make the album. What inspired me to the name, The Revolution, was because, I mean, the music scene itself needed revolution in terms of, like, you want a different, something fresh, something new coming out, not the same old music that everybody's putting out. So the reason why I said revolution is because, you know, that music that I'm about to bring to the public, it's so powerful that it's going to change. It's going to change. Like, you know what I mean? That's gonna, like when I dropped the album, same time Imran Khan dropped his album, and that was a revolution on its own.
True.
You know what I mean? How that changed the face of the game. So, you know what I mean? Every time you want to drop something, you want to make sure it's original and it's, you know, fresher than the last time. So that way people don't get bored of the style.
I mean, I think you created a revolution on its own with the debut single you came out with, which was Yada Dil Dada.
You know?
I mean, did you think for yourself, I mean, it would have been such a huge hit all over the world? Which
you know,
it is right
like
now
when
as
I
well.
recorded it, no. But when people started hearing it, they kept on telling me. But you know what I mean? You just got to keep faith in God and do music not for those purposes, just, you know, till you're true to yourself. And that was actually a true story. So, I mean, I guess maybe that's why people felt it a lot more.
Definitely. I mean, even now, it's still like a banging track. I mean, there's so many people, honestly, who request it in my show. It's just totally unbelievable. I think it's one of those you can never get bored of it. Definitely, excellent. Okay, are there any tracks from the Revolution album that were especially enjoyable for you to make?
My favorite track for me, if I was to pick, I mean, all of them, you know, mean a lot to me. But I mean, there's two tracks that stand out to me. One track is called Meri Ma.
Yeah.
I wanted to dedicate a song to my mom because she's, you know, put up with all the
words on that one are powerful,
you know, all the stress that I've given her all my life. So I could have done it myself in English or reggae, but I wanted her to understand. So that's why the vocals were done by Shad Ali Khan as well.
Yeah.
And you know, it was meaningful, so at least she can understand what the feeling is. And then also the track Revolution itself. Because I love reggae music, so melodies is my thing. So that track, and then plus the message that I'm giving out to the world. And, you know, we dropped that song in September '09. We dropped that song last year, actually, and, you know, look what's happening around the world right now.
Definitely, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a meaningful track, and plus, you know, there's floods of Pakistan. I just wanted to dedicate that to the victims and the people, and just let them know that, you know, even though you might not have your voice heard, but at least, you know, people like us to have the opportunity, at least we are putting it out there in a positive way to say, you know, the attention should be here.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, would you say Roach Killa is just a singer, or is there a lot more to Roach Killa?
Roach Killa, it's not a singer. I would say Roach Killa is more of an entertainer. You know what I mean? It's not like I stick to reggae or hip-hop or whatever, you know. I'd love to do all type of things that come with entertainment industry, like, you know, acting and stuff. And, you know what I mean? Like, point is that, you know, it's what you grew up wanting to do, and sometimes people get sidetracked and end up in your 9-to-5 regular jobs and stuff, and it's unfortunate, because that's really not what we're here for. So it's like, you know, I'm lucky, you know, alhamdulillah, I found what I wanted to do, and I'm just pursuing it into the fullest ability I have, and, you know, obviously just make it bigger and bigger every day as it goes by.
Excellent.
I mean, and you learn so much more.
For sure, definitely you do. I mean, you featured with a lot of different artists on a lot of different tracks. I mean, are there any people who you've worked with who you'd say, you know, they are really, really fun to work with?
I mean, I wouldn't have worked with them if it weren't fun to work with, to be honest, because music, I mean, we started out for fun, you know? You have to have fun with it. I've collaborated with a lot of people, and it's all been a journey, and it's always a learning process with people. There's a few collaborations that are still coming out. A lot of my own stuff is coming out. So just, you know, the sky's the limit pretty much, man. We just want to make sure that people like the music, because we don't want to put out, you know, quantity if the quality's not there.
Definitely. I mean, just near the back end of last year, you came out with Dil Dede, which you did a collab with Gary Sandhu.
Yes.
I mean, that one is going really massive at the moment as well. To me, it's like a part 2 effect to Yada Dil Dada. I mean, how do you feel about that? Because, I mean, it got like, you know, it hit number 1 in the iTunes chart as well.
Yeah.
And you beat a lot of artists to get there, a lot of big names you beat to get to the top spot.
Yeah, no,
as well.
but you know what it shows you? It shows you that you don't need the biggest artists to make the best songs.
For sure, yeah.
Look at me, like we started off with Yada Dil Dada.
Yeah.
That had Shahid Ali Khan on it, but, you know what I mean, Shahid Ali Khan is not a household name.
Yeah, true.
But, you know what I mean, it doesn't stop you from loving the song.
Definitely.
Same thing with Gary Sandhu when he was dropping it. He wasn't a household name yet, but, you know, that solidified him, and obviously, you know, he's doing so well right now.
Yeah.
But that just shows you that it's not about who you are, it's about what you're saying and how you're saying it.
Definitely. It's more important about the words that are coming out from you, how they touch the heart of someone.
Exactly.
And I think that's what a major thing you've done with Yada Dil Dada. I think you can hear that so many times, and every time you hear it, it will have an impact on your heart with the words that you've come in there.
Definitely, you know. And the thing is that, you know, it was a bit different from what really was going out there at that time, and the blend of Kawali and hip-hop, like, it wasn't really being done. So we just thought, you know, bring something fresh to the table. So then, you guys should be excited, because the new stuff I'm coming out is even more fresher.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, yeah.
So who would you say is the biggest artist you've collaborated with?
In terms of the agency, biggest artists, I mean, everybody's big in their own, you know, in their own circle. I mean, I've worked with Miss Pooja, so obviously, you know, she's not a small artist. You know, I've worked with Geeta Zildar, he's not a small artist. I mean, obviously Gary's big and big. I mean, H-Dowmy and stuff. But we, like I said, we don't do collaborations because of the popularity of the artist. We do it because if we feel the music is right. I mean, they've asked me to do a lot of collabos, and I've turned them down just because it just doesn't fit right.
Yeah.
So there's no point to force something just for the sake of doing
it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the last tour that you did was in the East, like Dubai and Pakistan?
Yeah.
How were you taken out there with the fans out there? Was it total different experience to how how the crowd react with you here in England?
Yeah, obviously UK, Canada, and stuff like that. It's a bit different because it's a bit more urbanized over there. Because I do reggae and hip hop, it's not as massive yet. But you're still getting the love, and it's the fact that you realize where your music channels to, and you don't even realize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you go out there, they treat you on a next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a balance of both worlds. But like I said, it's because you get to enjoy it, go around the world and do what you love, and get the love back. So, there's nothing better than that.